This was the moment Big Blue Nation met and fell in love with Heidi.
Go Cats!
But she'd fallen for the Wildcats a long time ago.
What's your favorite team?
Cats.
Who's your favorite Kentucky basketball player?
Andrew Carr.
Heidi has been in and out of the hospital for more than a year.
December of 2023, we noticed a decline in her health.
Carr, along with a few of his teammates, visited Heidi over the summer during one of her stays at the Kentucky Children's Hospital.
At the time, she was having a pretty rough morning, so when they came in, it's just like it turned her whole entire day around and put a smile on her face. He said, "Stay strong, no matter what, you're gonna get through this." And so that has always stuck with me. And of course that put a smile on her face, and I think that just that short little message right there really meant something.
A few months later, Heidi was chosen as the Kentucky Children's Hospital Kid of the Game, meaning her time with Carr and the Cats could continue.
Not very many people get to go to Kentucky men's basketball practice. That's pretty special. What was that like?
I loved it. It was like the best day of my life.
They watched as the team prepared for a matchup with South Carolina, which, on the heels of consecutive losses, was being billed as a must-win game for Kentucky.
You could tell in the practice that we saw that they learned from their mistakes, they moved past it.
And yet each player, including Andrew Carr, took a quick timeout to talk with his biggest fan.
He signed the basketball.
And she was so locked into him for a while they were at practice, and then when he was coming over in the middle of practice when they got a chance, because they just were working so hard to sign the basketball, he spoke to her for a minute, and she just had this huge smile on her face.
Well, that smile stayed from the pregame festivities,
Her experience, going out on the floor,
to the full 40 minutes.
seeing her in the stand up there during the game, cheering in her little UK outfit with her little pom-poms. She just had a smile the entire time.
And of course, that famous postgame.
He asked me, how did I like the practice? And I said I liked it. And then he told me, go Cats, and I said it. Go Cats!
I think that whole experience was just absolutely fantastic for her. That, we kept asking her, what was your favorite part? I don't know. I loved it all.
And they will remember it all forever.
They turn something negative, as our saying between both of us is, turn something negative into something positive, and that's exactly what the hospital and the UK men's basketball team did for us. Andrew Carr is a very fine young man. His determination the entire season has just been an impact and a positive role model, not just to kids that love sports, but to children like my daughter and my family. I would tell him that his impact on my daughter's life, not even knowing her personally, has meant so much, more than he will ever know, more than Coach Pope and the team will ever know.
I would tell him that he's doing great. He needs to keep on and don't stop.
That's pretty special. It's hard to put into words what kind of an impact you can have. It comes with a lot of responsibility, but it's a privilege to be able to have an impact like that. For me, it just, continues to reinforce just about treating people the right way, and every little interaction, even if it's, like she said, a minute here or there, is really important. And for me too, I just love to try and be able to positively impact people. It puts a lot of things into perspective for me, regardless of success on the basketball court, success, doing something that you love. But I think such a bigger impact that I was able to make even in such a short time here at Kentucky will always stay with me forever. And super blessed to be able to have an experience with Heidi like we have.
You said it, such a short amount of time, relatively speaking, and yet such
Right.
a big impact there. When you came here, obviously you knew that you would only have this amount of time. Did you think it would feel like this?
No, it's flown by. It really has flown by. And so coming into it is something that I talked about with myself, trying to be able to make sure that I knew I had 10 months left and it was going to be here in Lexington, and that I was the only way to make it worth a while, and the only way to do it was to go all in and embrace every single part of it. And for us and the team coming together, especially in the summer, a big part of it was trying to get out there in the community and make an impact on just the amazing Kentuckians here, and so that was a big point of emphasis for me, to try to go all in and embrace every moment, and it's pretty special to see the kind of connection you're able to do when you give everything your all. Heidi, you've made an impact on me. I appreciate all the kind words, and there's a lot of different times where you can feel sorry for yourself, but you turn that frustration into fight, and you keep fighting, and you know that it's all going to work out. So I appreciate you so much, and thank you for everything that you've done. You've made such an impact on my life as well.